Hey y'all, it's Ashley here at the Realm of Comics, where we talk everything manga, comics, and graphic novels related. If you hear the sirens, I'm so sorry. Okay, anyway, so as you know, every Wednesday except last week, I decided to kind of interrupt the regular flow. I typically do these comics that I'm interested that are releasing on the day that you watch the video. These comics should already be out, so I always film these ahead of time. So there's that. But I do use, like I always say, I use League of Comics. League of Comics is just a great resource to keep up with all the comics that are releasing within a week. They all release on Wednesdays, or typically most of them release on Wednesdays. I have started my pull list back at my LCS, which is good. I'm keeping it small for right now because in the past my stuff for my LCS has kind of like gotten out of pocket. I've done a little too much, and now I'm back to not doing as much as I've done in the past. So I have 5 comics that I am looking forward to releasing today. So the first one that I have on this list is Danger Street, which is coming from DC's Black Label, which is supposed to be kind of like the more gritty, more mature side of DC. A lot of reimagining happens with the DC Dark Label. So in this one, we're following 3 characters, Starman, Metamorpho, and Warlord, as they try to join the Justice League, and they do something pretty kind of left field. In order to join the Justice League, they summon Darkseid in an attempt to defeat him, which of course, if anybody with any type of sense is going to know that that's not going to go as well as planned. I think one of the interesting things that I saw in the description of this is that it is a maxi series that reimagines the characters in their stories. It's multi-character, multi-layered crime drama starring some of DC's more obscure creations, which I always look forward to, because I think with Marvel and DC, you become super familiar with certain names and characters, and a lot of times those one-off characters that have been created, people forget about. So I'm hoping that this will be the opportunity for them to highlight some of those more obscure individuals. This one is coming in at $4.99 for the cover price for 40 pages. The next one that I have is one that I'm not surprised is coming out, but this is Monica Rambeau Photon. Of course. So Monica Rambeau is getting her own kind of storyline with an all new adventure, and so she's sent out to complete this mission, but there's some family issues that may possibly get in the way. I'm just excited for this because it's Monica Rambeau, I guess. Who knows? Either way, like I said, I'm excited for it. Cover price for this one is $3.99. So this next one that I'm interested in is coming from Image, and it's called Nightclub. This will be issue number 1. This is following someone who possibly has been bitten by a vampire, and they have options. Do they stay as a recluse individual, suck human blood, and kind of live in shadows? Or do they use this as an opportunity to become kind of like their neighborhood superhero? Dress up, you have all of these special capabilities, why not use it to do some good? Which, you know, part of the tagline for this one was like, because the cover price of this one is $1.99 and it's kind of superhero-esque, it's kind of like take that, Marvel and DC, which I completely get it, because DC be charging out the wazoo for anything. Like, some of their comics are like $5.99 a piece, which is absolutely ridiculous, but here we are nevertheless. But I'm really interested in this one because I love Image. Image always comes out with some unique and great concepts, and I think this one is going to be no different. Plus the cover is quite appealing. So this next one is really interesting because I think technically I've read at least 3 out of the 4 of the single issues that are going to be included in this, and this is Origin of Marvel Comics, Marvel Tales #1, which I think I'm just interested in following along to get more origin stories. But this first one includes Fantastic Four issue number 1 from 1961, Amazing Fantasy issue number 15 from 1962, X-Men issue number 1 from 1963, which I haven't read, and Avengers issue number 1 1963, which I have read. So I've read Fantastic Four, Amazing Fantasy, and Avengers #1, but I have not read X-Men #1, and so I low-key kind of just want to get this one because it would be nice to have those first issues like in one bind up, and because I've read them digitally, because getting your hands on one of those nowadays is like, forget it, unless it's like a reprint, like an extreme reprint, which this is a reprint. But I'm excited to see where Marvel is going to take this series, especially for those who are very interested in the origin stories of these characters. So I wonder how far they can go with this, going back to like those number ones or those points where characters make their first appearance. Could be kind of interesting. 92 pages. Cover price of this one is $7.99. So you are going to pay, of course, because it's a larger collection. And the last one that I have on here is probably going to be a hit or miss for me. This is Happy Horror Days number 1. This is from Archie Comics. It's going to be an anthology that is horror but takes place around the holiday times. I think it has maybe 1, 2, maybe at least 3 stories in it. It's 32 pages. Archie Comics for me can be hit or miss depending upon who's working on them and how the stories work together as a whole. Like I said, this one's 32 pages, so there's potential that it might not, you know, work the way that I want it to work, but the cover price for this one is your standard $3.99. All right, y'all, as always, I'll be sure to leave the League of Comics link down in the description box below. If there's any comics that you're interested that are releasing this week and I haven't talked about them, let me know in the comment box below. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content, click the subscribe button and the bell for notifications, and I will be back with another video soon.